Alright, so today I'm going to teach you how to use the Mac version of Excel called Numbers. So first you're going to want to find Numbers. It looks like a little graph on your Mac, and you're going to click on it, and you can just open a blank template up, and it will look like this. Very similar to Excel, just a bunch of boxes. The putting in functions is very similar as well, and I'm going to demonstrate this to you by converting miles to kilometers and by converting kilometers to miles. So I'll do both of those so that way you can see both, and then also it'll factor into what I expect you to do in your assignment today. So what we're going to do then is go ahead and go about completing these functions so that my computer will calculate it for me so I don't have to punch it into my calculator every single time. Therefore, I'll just put a bunch of distances in here that I know are pertinent. So I might put 5 miles in. I'll also go ahead and put 9 miles in, as I know that's where the jet stream is located. And I'll go ahead and include 20 miles, 50 miles, 75 miles, and 100 miles. And I know that 0.62 is my important conversion that I need to have. And so I know that 0.62 needs to be carried throughout. So I'll just put that in once and then drag it down and it'll fill it in for me. So now it's time for me to insert my function to tell it what to do. So I will click on box D2 and click on the word function and say create formula. This is where it's a little different. Over here then I can start to type the word quotient in, and quotient will come up and I can double click on it. Again, it looks a lot different. My dividend, I want to be column B, and specifically I want it to start B2, so I'm going to go ahead and type that in, B2, and I want my divisor to be C2, so I'm going to click on divisor and say C2, and then I'm going to click check. 5 times 0.62 is 8, so I know that is accurate. Since I want that formula to apply throughout, I'm going to click on this yellow dot and drag it down, and now I can see that 100 miles is 161 kilometers. 75 miles is 120 kilometers, so it will help me better understand my atmosphere chart that we have in our classroom. Now if I wanted to do the same thing for kilometers to miles, I could even use the same numbers, so 5, 9, 20, 50, 75, and 100, but this time my 0.62 is still my important value. However, I no longer want to divide by 0.62. I want to find the product of 0.62. So again, I'm going to come over here to column D, click on function, and instead of just clicking on product, because it doesn't work right, you're going to again say create formula, choose product, and when you do, then you'll get to manipulate the formula some. And so where it says numerical value, this is where I want you to, you need to put in your columns, such as B11 and C11. So B11, comma, C11. Once I have those columns in there, I press check, and I can see that 5 kilometers equals 3.1 miles, which I know to be accurate. So I will drag that down and see that my formula carries throughout. 100 miles is 62 kilometers, and so if I compare, my data looks good, and now I know I have a chart where I can just plug in numbers anytime that I need to know what my formula is. So that's how I created mine. To extend upon your assignment from last week, I do still want you to complete those formulas that were put within the satellite assignment that you worked on. But then I want you to choose either the conversion of pounds to grams, or grams to pounds, or Celsius to Fahrenheit, or Fahrenheit to Celsius. And I don't care which you choose, you only need to choose one, but you need to create your chart so that it shows these things. So choose one more conversion and practice putting those in and adding functions and formulas into your table. Therefore, when you attach your table, it should have the answers to last week's assignment of the complex formulas to answer the problems that were at the end of the satellite assignment. And then it should have one more formula that you created yourself within the function table. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your tables.